I'm going to sum up 2 halves, and I'm going to go real basic and direct and to the point. First half, only 10 shots in the paint, 27 outside of the paint. Second half, 22 shots inside the paint, 10 outside. Overtime. Last possession, game winner. They do us a favor, shoot it early. 3 offensive rebounds. Overtime, 17 points in 5 minutes. Questions?
Saw you change the starting lineup today. I know maybe it didn't work as you might have wanted with Vivian's getting in some early foul trouble and kind of went back to Erica early. What was kind of the reason behind the change?
A couple of things. Starting with some additional floor spacing. Tori's someone that when she's on the court, sometimes it's not just for her to score. Things are opened up for other people because her defender usually stays a little bit closer to home. It helps on rotation for others. It also gives you a target in transition. It also put Kelsey Mitchell, the ball in Kelsey Mitchell's hand early, get her off to a good start, getting into a flow of things.
First half, Asia Wilson, really great start. Second half, felt like you kind of slowed her down a little bit.
I didn't feel that good, but thank you.
And then, obviously, in overtime, it was a different story. Just what was the difference between the second half? She only had maybe 7-8 points, but overtime was like 10 straight at one point.
Yeah, she's a dynamic, hungry player. Her mindset is that of a 5-year vet. Doesn't matter time, score, side of the floor, and good things happen. And like I said, I didn't feel like she ever missed a shot. It felt like she was flowing pretty easily in that regard. And she's a great player.
On the offensive end in overtime, what were the failures there?
The failure was one, they scored so many points. So then we have to take the ball out of the basket. It gives them 3 additional seconds to get their defense set. It takes away an opportunity for them to be cross-matched defensively, to run certain things in that regard. And then, like I said, we talked to the team about paint points and ball reversals. We watch video at half, we'll pull clips. This is what happened when the ball goes right, middle, in, outside. There needs to be a steady diet of it. We don't have a single margin for error. You have to be deliberate. You have to be disciplined. And by God, you just got to do it. If you don't, we'll get our asses kicked.
With your center Natalie's career high 26 and 14, was that planned, or was that like a breakout game? What was that?
And then I hate it comes on the heels of a loss.
Right.
She's been putting in the work, and she may not be the tallest, the quickest, or the most athletic. She's starting to work on her balance. She's making dynamic moves. She's landing on 2. She's showing the ball, and she's scoring in an abundance of ways. She'll hit her little 15-footer, a couple of putbacks, and some of that is just being cerebral enough to go to the right spot. Don't roll to the basket, roll to the short corner.
Right.
And those are things that you're seeing her put together. And a lot of it's also playing with this group. They're looking for her. They know where she's going to go. And I said this before the game. She's definitely the best screener on our team. She may be top 3 best screeners in the league. Her screen assists are ridiculous.
Hope to see more of that going forward.
Yes, indeed.
Moving forward, how do you keep the team from getting too discouraged and frustrated?
Well, they're professionals, and then we're going to work, and I'll lead by my example. They get to sleep tonight. Coaches don't. Atlanta plays a late game, 10:30. So we all have parts we have to play. They need to recover with Kevin, get some rest and some sleep. We'll flip it and we'll be up. I'll work on us, work on the scout. We'll get in here tomorrow. And the key to that, though, to answer your question specifically, we have to be very specific in showing them the error of our ways. Because when it gets to this point, you can bottle it all up and make it vague. But I break it down and make it very specific so they understand it. It's kind of like the why behind the what, and then they see what they can and cannot correct. Now that takes a little time, but it's worth it, and that's how we're going to approach it.
How would you characterize Erica's play tonight? She had almost a triple-double off the bench, and then kind of in that fourth quarter stretch towards the end, she kind of brought you guys back into the game with both ends of the floor.
You know, she's this is the kid who's taking out a starting lineup, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's who she is. She's going to find a way. I remember the big steal she got, you know, in front of our bench, you know, reading the play. That's watching the game, seeing what they're going to. You come to expect that from her. You know, she made some mistakes, and she'll remember those, and she'll remind herself of it. But I was proud of her for bouncing back. I hadn't even seen the stats yet, but you're right, she was part of that. And it helps, she can help organize Kelsey Mitchell too. You know, because we have these players that have 8, 9 games under their belt, and against certain players that have 7, 8, so it helps to organize them as well.